Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I know it's been a while. Just a quick disclaimer: the settings on my microphone were a little weird for the first part of the draft. So sorry about the audio, but it gets better at the end of the video. So enjoy the draft.
Hello and welcome back to Vintage Cube Draft. It's been a long time, and I know that it has been, and I'm sorry that it has been, but I'm just gonna be honest. Like I've been working on Alchemy for a while and didn't really have the time or setup to record Vintage Cube videos. But I'm gonna record some more. It's the holiday season. The cube is up, and let's draft some stuff. I have not interacted with Magic the Gathering in like a year, so you're just gonna get Caleb's raw takes on a lot of these new cards, and we'll see what happens. Arwen Mortal Queen is indestructible and can make things indestructible. That seems cool. I kind of just feel like doing recurring nightmare stuff. It's probably not very good. I know last time I drafted like a while ago, people said Palantir is kind of insane because you can mill based on the top card of your library or something. No. Oh, that just goes crazy. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm in the mood for recurring nightmare, I think. Now we'll do Hold Breacher. Let's be honest. I can double click. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So it's been a long time. For those who don't know, I made a game, Algomancy, that's actually launching very, very soon. We kickstarted like a year and a half ago. Anger's in the cube? Yes. Okay. We're back in business. I'm taking Mana Vault out of this pack, but there's a lot of cool stuff here. Um, yeah, kickstarted about a year and a half ago, and it's delivering, like January. So it's pretty exciting. You can check it out. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years, is just making that game. Um, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's a lot of fun. But I also, I do still enjoy playing Magic. So let's see if I can start making content again. My long term goal for this channel, because people keep asking me about this, is eventually I would like to make content for games besides just Magic, because I'm going to be honest, there's just other games that I'm also enjoying the same, if not more. Why did that switch that? Okay, we'll click there. Oh, well, Tinker Mana Vault, not bad. Tinker Memory Jar is pretty good. So yeah, it's been a while since I played, so you're gonna get Rusty Caleb. They put Hogak in the cube. Things have changed, apparently. They have this card, which has incredible art, and you can play it as an enchantment, and you get a land token that's every basic land type. So kind of like Cultivate that turns into a big dude. It's kind of cool. What does this do? Manifest Dread X times, then put counters on stuff, so it makes this reminds me of Gelatinous Genesis from, I don't even know. It's a while ago. We're taking old cards today. I like that Hogak's in the cube, but I'm worried they don't have enough support for it. We'll see though. I've heard about Fear of Missing Out, and apparently I've been missing out on what that card does. Coveted Jewel. That's a good Tinker target. So it's nice that there are some forever cards in Vintage Cube that are just broken, that you could come back to, and even if the format is completely different, out of these packs, one, two, three, I guess only three cards are new since I've played, but there's still other broken cards like Tinker. People are gonna love it. Chubby Dragon, he is in the pack. It's like they're welcoming back. But with Tinker, you got to take Coveted Jewel. He probably comes around, and he makes artifacts, so that's something. Notably, actually, Hull Breacher Coveted Jewel is kind of interesting, where you can give your opponent the Coveted Jewel, and then they draw the cards, but if you have Hull Breacher out, you can just steal those cards. I don't think it's good, but it's an option. Jace Tinker is okay. Shadow Spear, Tinker, you want cheap artifacts, but I don't know if Shadow Spear is necessarily where you want to go. Draw card, you have no maximum hand size, and you can grow creatures. So really the utility is drawing cards and no maximum hand size. I wish this was an artifact without that last line. That would be so sick. 2 mana, draw a card, you have no maximum hand size artifact. Oh, I would love that. I think I just take Jace or Spire Bluff. We'll just try a Jace here. See what happens with that. Not seeing a lot of artifacts, which is a bit disappointing. There's Questing Beast, there's this thing. Whenever I attack this creature, did they change the templating? They must have. This feels different. What this says whenever this creature, and this says when Deep Cavern Bat. So I don't know which it is. Target instant or sorcery gains flashback, and the card is the mana cost. You can just play a card. That's pretty cool. I mean, I might take that. Archfiend of the Dross. This feels like it's gonna do artifact stuff, but it does not. Unholy Heat could just help us stay alive until like things happen. I could take Dig Through Time and just go crazy, but I don't have like things that go in the graveyard just yet. But it is a good card. We'll take a dig. Chromatic Star is a pretty good tinker. Sword of the Meek. Okay, so they've added Thopter Sword. This cube is feeling a lot better. Also, I'm seeing Satyr Wayfinder, so it looks like they did support Hogak, so that's good. I mean, I love to see the cube. I think it switched, like owners, whoever's managing it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong about a lot of things. I'm just a guy who's been out of Magic for a while, coming back. So, there's some cards I'm probably not reading. Like, I know this card does artifact things, and the art's pretty cool. But it's this isn't the time for that. I think this is the time for Chromatic Star into Factor Fiction or Talisman of Progress or Gush. What is this card? Power is equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. So like a 2-mana 4/3. And this makes a map token which explores. Huh. That doesn't seem that good, but I've been wrong before. Factor Fiction with Dig Through Time is kind of sick. I love Talisman and Gush, but gotta do what you gotta do. These cards seem bad. What does this do? When equipped creature and at least one other creature attack, draw a card. Not bad. There's so much text on all of these cards. Like, oh my goodness. Mill a card, choose an opponent, this attacks them. Indestructible. Wow, okay. I mean, it's big. I mean, I guess I take this thing. I could take Worldspine Worm, but copy spells. Okay. I like copying spells. I'm sold. Aether Spellbomb is an artifact. It's not the best artifact to tinker. Probably 3-bit Inspector would be like slightly better. But we'll just like cut artifacts. It cuts blue. There's Memory Jar. Sink into the Stupor is kind of sick. I know it's like a spell land that you pay life or something. Yeah, the artwork is really good. Like the colors are so nice. I do like that. But I mean, we're here to Memory Jar Mardu stuff. The Broncos like Dark Confidant, right? Nah, this is I'm trying to think if this could ever fix my mana somewhere, but sure. I don't know. Okay, now I need to read these. When you unlock this door, make devils. No. This can make stuff cheaper. I think no maximum hand size is probably more likely what I'm going to be interested in. It does no oil counters, you lose the game. Okay, I'm not. Doesn't seem very good. Is this an artifact? This is an enchantment. You draw a card, and if you have a demon, you drain, otherwise you lose life. And then you may unlock either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield as a sorcery. You may pay the cost of a locked door to unlock it. So I could spend 5 mana to make a 6/6 demon, and then 3 mana to like do the other thing, or I could do the other way around. It doesn't seem particularly good for Vintage Cube, but it's something. Nexus of Becoming. Draw a card. And you can exile an artifact or creature card from your hand, make a token that's a copy of it, except it's a golem. Okay. I know For the Erlingus is broken, so I've heard a lot about this card. Yeah, you become the monarch, you make trample haste things. Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, that's something. We got Snapcaster Mage. Not a ton to go with it. I mean, like, Factor Fiction and Dig are good, but not, like, the best combos. I could take Faithless Looting because it's typically good, like, if you have, like, a Goblin Welder or something, but I think if I'm taking Faithless Looting, I probably just want Steam Vents first, because, like, you need to be able to cast your spells. Whoa, they brought in Fire Covenant. Okay. Things are happening in this cube. I'm looking at Consider. I'm looking at Thassa's Oracle, just knowing me, but maybe just take a Talisman so I can, like, ramp a little bit. I mean, Consider's pretty good too. You know, just one closer to Tinker. Technically, Kaldra Compleate is a good Tinker target. It's fine. I'd rather have like Mer Battlesphere, Sundering Titan, things like that. Although maybe it's about as good as Mer Battlesphere, right? It's indestructible, haste, exiles things. There's also Shifting Woodland, and I have some green stuff. I know this lets you copy stuff in your graveyard. Maybe I'll try that. I maybe am taking that too early, but it is a new card that I've never like seen before, so kind of interested. When this enters, if it was kicked. Oh, okay. That dude is super happy. I like that guy. We got Relic of Sauron, which is a messed up magic card. You can like add a bunch of mana and then loot for some reason, which is good with Shifting Woodland. Mark's Diamond is acceleration. It's an artifact for Tinker, so we can Tinker earlier. It's cheap. It's a good card. Stripmine I love. This isn't the deck for it. And then like Sneak Attack is sick, but I have no creatures. Um, yeah, that's tough. I really like the Relic because the looting enables Shifting Woodland, and then the mana is like, it's, pretty good mana ramp. I'm going to take it. I've been very, very impressed with that card. Well, I'm very happy I took it. There's a Mishra's Workshop, which is pretty good with this deck so far. Karn is great. Upheaval could be good. So I drafted a deck. I have been cubing somewhat in person, and we did a draft where we didn't have enough people for the draft. We had like 5 or something, and we did like a glimpse draft where we like draft one and then like remove 2 from the pack. But we did the numbers wrong on the draft. So we ended up, whatever it ended up being, we ended up with 30 cards drafted instead of 45. So our decks were like pretty sketchy. And I was playing mono blue Tinker High Tide with Alpha Deathclaw as like my 1 win condition. And I did quite well in that draft, despite that, because this card was like pretty good. I splashed it off like a Manamorphose and something else. It's like when you draw your whole deck, it doesn't really matter how you win, and that's basically what happened there. I don't know why the arts aren't loading. Subtlety, I know that one. Exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. Pretty good. I like Talisman. Fast Spawn's pretty cool if I'm trying to Shifting Woodland. There's also a Ramanov Excavator. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Whoa. Fast Bond. I mean, Talisman of Dominance is so good too. And I just picked up Mishra's Workshop. That's basically Fast Bond. Okay, sorry, Fast Bond. What is happening? I literally just took this card. Hang on. I had forgotten the joys of Magic Online. So it kicked me out of the draft, and now I have a white screen. Will report back when it lets me take something. Coalition Relic seems pretty good. It took Subtlety from the pack? Dang, that sucks. That really sucks, actually. That was like the worst possible pick in that pack. So, we missed out on 1 Talisman. Not the end of the world. I'm gonna blame Magic Online. Mystical Tutor Saheeli is also kind of cool because she lets you like turn artifacts into other artifacts. So I could like make another Memory Jar or make a Coveted Jewel. But I think when you have Tinker in your deck, you basically just have to take Mystical Tutor. Okay, when I double click, it picks a random card, and I don't know what's going on there. But Treasure Cruise. This is an artifact that damages stuff, and then you can sacrifice artifacts to make golems. Like, okay, this phases creatures out and can. Oh, whoa! 4 mana. Put this from your hand onto the battlefield, and you can do it at instant speed, so you can like stop attackers. That's actually pretty sick. I love Treasure Cruise, but I already have Dig Through Time, so I think I just take Watery Grave. I don't know. That pick I'm not so sure about. Nexus of Becoming. At the beginning of combat on your turn, draw a card, and then I could just, yeah, sure, we'll just try new cards. So I missed out on a Talisman, but then I get this Talisman, so it's not like the end of the world. Yeah, this is the pack with all the good stuff. I could take it to Taxing Probe. I mean, Coma can be countered. When I damage something, it has trample as well. Create 4/3/3 blue serpent creature tokens. I mean, that's cool. It's Shifting Woodland it, but I think I'm just gonna Taxing Probe. Up the Beanstalk. Wait. That's gonna be good eventually if I have enough stuff, but Karn's probably just better. But I mean, that's kind of spicy. Well, we get the Talisman anyway, so that's good. I missed out on a Steel Seraph, which isn't that big of a deal. And we get Tendrils. Hey. The last pick Pentant Prism. Okay, Artifacts is open. Can I get like a Tolarian Academy? And then I need like a win condition some way. I don't like Tendrils is fun, but I need to like, okay, there's Triplicate Titan. That one's okay. I mean, I could tinker into a Wishclaw Talisman. That's something. I don't want to play against Dak Faden. That's for sure. This is probably just the pick, right? When it dies, you make a 3/3 flyer, 3/3 vigilance, and a 3/3 trampler. So this is kind of like Wormcoil Engine, but just different keywords and 3 instead of 2. I like that. Demonic Tutor is great. I have no idea what this is. Whenever another creature you control enters, what is this art? What is? Oh, it's from Fallout. Okay, interesting. I do like the Fallout games, but I don't. Feels weird. It feels weird next to the other cards. Demonic Tutors, again, another Tinker. I think Wishclaw is probably better than Demonic in this deck just because you can do artifact things, but we'll take the Triplicate Titan as the payoff because I didn't have any other big artifact stuff. Wheel of Fortune. So I have Hole Breacher. I wish I had that Fast Bond. What do you do? Exile 6 cards from your graveyard. Flying, Manifest Dread. Okay. Samuel's good. She does make artifacts. Ulamog's fun. Abrade. What do you do? Whenever you cast an artifact spell, investigate. And then activate abilities of artifacts cost 1 less to activate. So this is cheaper. Untapping Mana Vault. I don't know if that's activated or triggered. And that can't make Chromatic Star freer. So this is more or less just whenever you play an artifact, investigate, which is okay. But I think with Hole Breacher, Wheel of Fortune makes way more artifacts. Mox Opal. I did hear that this card got unbanned in Modern. I don't know how I feel about it, but it happened. Cryptic Command also could be kind of sick, but we'll just take the Mox. It's fixing. The Rose Sword of the Meek would be kind of cool, but we'll do that. Show and Tell. I don't think we're like quite in Show and Tell range yet. When you deal combat damage, go to chorus, draw a card. And you can do okay. Brain Surge is like Brainstorm, but bigger. Okay. Dismember I might just have to take so that I have like any amount of interaction. I mean, my fixing for green is also very suspicious, so it's possible I can't even play green. But LED, like, I do have 2 wheels, so LED is like interesting. It's also a 0 cost with Mox Opal, and I have Tendrils, so if I get another wheel, it's like pretty good. All right, you know what? Who needs spells? I'll probably immediately regret that later, but Ponder, Lava Spur, Boots. I mean, I just have Triplicate Titan as my win con right now, so I don't have a big mana engine for Walking Ballista. Okay, what do you do? When you attack, make a creature. Nah, okay. I don't have creatures. Walking Ballista is interesting. Ponder can just help us. I mean, it seems like this deck just wins if I can like either Hole Breacher into Wheel or Tinker into big stuff. So probably just the stuff that helps us accomplish that goal faster is where we want to be right now. Although Phantasmal Image with Triplicate Titan is kind of spicy. Okay, Kaito, you can ninjutsu. Wait. Whoa. Okay. This isn't for us, but there's a lot of stuff going on there that's interesting. This does fix for a lot of our mana. Sensei's Top is also pretty good at fixing for our mana. It's a cheap artifact, good with Mox Opal. I'm just gonna take it. We need like a critical mass of stuff. There's a Brain Freeze. Is that a win condition? Mono Blue Tinker. Okay, how much Storm can I like conceivably do? I mean, I have Wheel of Fortune, but I don't have any way to like reshuffle my cards in graveyard. So like if I mill myself out, then we're gonna have a problem. I could take Undercity Sewers to make Tendrils more reliable, but if I don't, if I just don't play black, then my mana's much better. Chalice is pretty good in this deck too, but I think I just need like another potential way to win. So I'm gonna try Brain Freeze because we have. Hey, there's Doomsday. Hang on. The thing about Brain Freeze is we have Wheel of Fortune and Memory Jar, so we can get their deck pretty small. So there's like a chance we could win that. So 5 mana. When I enter, draw 2 cards, drink something, and then you can tap for 2 mana, but it can only play artifacts. Okay. Through the Reach, Triplicate Titan is like kind of interesting. Mightstone Wheatstone's like the only removal that I have right now. I could take Expedition Map from Workshop as well. Don't know if that was correct, but it's what we did. Wishclaw Talisman can grab Brain Freeze. So right now my fixing would be like Mox Opal, Pentad Prism, Relic. Okay, I can play these cards. Wishclaw, this card does 1 mana, draw 2, then discard. Read a Pilot. and it can crew stuff, but it needs white. I'm just gonna take this. We're kind of just all in on Tinker, to be honest, and just hoping for the best. Talisman of Curiosity can help us with shifting woodland, which I think I like. So we'll do that. Then Boseiju, I don't want to play against. Thopter Foundry does give me like an interesting semi-plan B, but I think I just take the. My mana's terrible. I'm aware of that. Bring to Light. Creature, instant, or sorcery. So you can't get artifacts. I could, in theory, bring to light for Tinker. That's like pretty expensive, but honestly, like not terrible. But I think I'll just take Brain Surge. Because Brain Surge, the thing about this, I can Brain Surge. I'm gonna take the boots. I can hide stuff. Like if I have to cast Wheel of Fortune, I can Brain Surge and then put like Brain Freeze back on top. I don't care. Or Confidant last pick because they changed the art. That way, like if I am trying to storm out, I can play Wheel of Fortune and draw into the Brain Freeze and not just like lose my card. I could put Dark Confidant in this deck. I don't know if I will. So this deck is probably what most of you expected me to do after not playing Magic for quite some time. So at the beginning of your turn, if you've drawn more than one card, put X plus +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of basically additional cards you've drawn. That seems terrible. Maybe that's only if you're like planning to win through regular means, but that's not what we're doing. This is 32, so I have a lot of cuts to make, which is good because my deck is doing something. Eastburn's Prodigy, I guess, is my one way to flash things back, which I have Lava Spur Boots. Wait, okay. Whoa. That's the combo. Yes, we're doing it. Okay, Brain Freeze. If we miss Brain Freeze, we play Jace, Lava Spur Boots, haste him up, loot, flashback, Brain Freeze. That's a winning combination right there. I think the red-white talisman I can get rid of. These both add blue. I'd probably just cut Expedition Map. I think that's the worst. I mean, being able to get the workshop is kind of interesting, but I think the other things that I have are currently better. I mean, like, this deck kind of, like, it's a tight package. I need to figure out some cards to cut, so I'll be back once I've decided what to get rid of. Alright, that was very difficult to make cuts, but here's where I'm at. Probably not correct, totally optimal, but I got rid of Detecting Probe because like this deck has 0 interaction, so if they have tricks, they have tricks, but I'd rather keep my life total high and just like know what I'm drawing because Probe can make mulligans a little awkward. And then I'm playing the red-white talisman over Talisman of Dominance just to get like another free red source for Wheel of Fortune because I have like plenty of blue mana. And then yeah, I cut the black cards because I have Brain Freeze. I don't need Tendrils. And Pendant Prism I think is worse than the Talismans because you can't like Mishra's Workshop into it very effectively. The only thing I'm wondering is if I should run Talisman of Dominance over something else. But I mean, it seems pretty fine to me. So this is the list. I also realized Nexus of Becoming can turn non-artifact stuff into creatures. So this is also actually like a win condition. If you can tinker into it, like you're drawing extra cards every turn and then making 3/3s, and I could make like a 3/3 triplicate Titan. And then like that's actually pretty good because when this dies I'll get like 12 power or whatever. 9 power. So yeah, that's the deck, and I will see you all round 1.
Okay, so embarrassingly, the settings on my microphone were terrible. Hopefully this is better audio. Sorry about that. We're on the draw. This is about what I expected when I registered this deck. I can't keep this. It has lands and spells, but like, yeah, we're far away from tinkering. This one at least ramps us, and we have Jace plus Boots, the combo older than time. So I'll probably keep this and just put Titan on the bottom. This is actually like almost better that we were able to mulligan this hand because Titan on the bottom lets us like tinker into it. And we're playing against Vidolkin Epicure. Can I just draw like the land? Oh, that's also pretty good. So I can go Boots this turn. Next turn I can go Talisman of Curiosity, tap it for blue, And then the following turn, I can tinker with Lava Spur Boots haste. Not bad. And that's why you mulligan. Now, if they play like Thalia, or, interaction is the bane of this deck. The attack can do nothing. Interesting. Okay, well, this is what I got. Then we grab Tinker. We tinker away the Talisman. We'll have 1 mana left. My opponent doesn't haste anything in with Arena of Glory. I'm very curious what they have. Okay. I'm just used to playing like Algomancy where like you don't get mana screwed, and they're like, it's so weird that this can happen. Like your opponent just does nothing for many turns. I'm gonna grab Tinker. I mean, yeah, we go Island. Tinker. Boop. You can't mana tithe it. They can remand it, I guess, or the whatever the white remand is. Triplicate Titan. This is when it dies. So I guess I need to decide what I want to play around. Because they can, if they have like Swords to Plowshares, then Triplicate Titan is kind of sketchy. Because I do this, they swords it, and now I'm just out like a lot of stuff. If it survives, I'm in great shape. But it is weak to exile. Nexus of Becoming, however, is weak to like artifact removal. So if they have like a braid, that could be something. Coveted Jewel is also funny. It does draw me 3 cards. But if they hit me with like anything they haste with Arena of Glory, I'm in for a bad time. So I think I just go for Triplicate Titan. I mean, it's the play I talked about. If they have swords, they have swords. Okay, well, I like that. They didn't have swords in their hand, and they're taking 10. Bop. The thing about Magic Online, okay, opponent said cheers you too. It's very nice. It doesn't show you like their chat. Okay, my opponent played 1 card that game. Yeah, I mean the deck's perfect. You see that? Let's run it back. Okay, so this hand, I have Mystical Tutor for Tinker, so I can Tinker turn 4. I don't do literally anything until then. I think I'm mulligan. This hand has Titan Boots Ponder, no ramp, but it has lands and spells. And if I draw Workshop, I can play Nexus. So I'm going to keep this, bottom this again. And I think I'm going to go turn 1 Ponder, because I don't think there's a way I could turn 2 Tinker. Yeah, and I want to like make sure I'm drawing good stuff. Aether Spellbomb, Sensei's Divining Top, Dig Through Time. None of those like really get me where I want to go. Like I could grab top, but then I'm like spending mana to do stuff, and like I could just shuffle these because none of these like really do the thing I want. But I guess I have Waterlogged Grove, Aether Spellbomb cycles, and top is like pretty good. Dig Through Time is gonna take a while to cast. Is this better than 3 random? I don't think so, because I kind of just want like mana acceleration as well. Well, I don't know about drawing another land, but these do sacrifice for mana. Opponent is getting a mountain. Or a plateau, something. Raucous Theater. Oh, Surveil. Okay, so they're doing nothing. Is my opponent just like never going to play a spell in these games? Okay, they kept something on top. So I assume... Bro, I put you on the bottom. Oh my goodness. This is rough. Ah, Crater Maker. Not very good against Triplicate Titan, but pretty good against Nexus of Becoming. You can also kill Karn, which is kind of rude. I don't think I start cracking stuff for card draw yet, because I have like some good 4s in the deck. You definitely want to Crater Maker the Boots opponent. I was hoping they would. I mean, that Sting and Play does like let me tinker kind of whenever I want, but this is like the worst possible thing I could have drawn. I guess I'm basically doing what the opponent did last game, which is not playing any cards. Hey, they have Relic of Sauron too. That card's so good. Relic into Go. That's so much mana next turn. Okay, there's their Coveted Jewel, so... My first real play will be turn 6, and it's just going to be something that they will take control of almost for sure. But if I can go Coveted Jewel, draw into Tinker, Tinker away the Coveted Jewel, and I mean, these are like my 3 Tinker targets, so I guess I can grab like Memory Jar. Pyromancer, sure. They're discarding Anger and Corpse Dance. Okay, well, I'm so happy Anger is in the cube. That card's so sick. And the artwork is so ridiculous. Like, what is this? John Avon, what do you tell me more? I need more context. You made this and this. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just very confusing. I take 6. This is like almost a reasonable amount of damage. Can we draw like I don't even know what's good anymore. I love that that happened. Okay, Mountain. You got it. But me not taking 2 damage is great. Them not having a Crater Maker for my Nexus of Becoming, also great. I could make a 3/3 Triplicate Titan with Nexus if they like tap low enough that it feels reasonable. Although they discarded Corpse Dance, because they could do like Corpse Dance Goblin Crater Maker against me, which would be kind of sick. I also love to see Relic of Sauron activation. So I think next turn my play is going to be Nexus into Triplicate Titan. My first play, turn 6. Is it good enough? They discard Mox Jet. This draw 2, discard 1? Dude, this card's crazy. This card's so good. Detective's Phoenix. Just as a 2/2. Okay. I accept this. Taking some damage. I almost want to draw an untapped land because I don't have to take damage. You know what? Sure. 6 mana. They're completely tapped out. Let's see what this thing does. Nexus of Becoming. Let's do the thing. We're gonna make a Triplicate Titan. Okay. It's pretty good. It's only a 3/3, but that blocks everything they have currently. Okay, Relic. Making my brain freeze easier. You guys are seeing the combo here now. Whoa, they discarded Othari. This card's insane. The card's so good on this board, right? It's a 3. I guess it's a 3/3, but like you can make a bunch of rebels and stuff. If they're discarding that, I mean they can't currently cast it, but they can kill the Phoenix, but they can just bring it back and it's scarier. I'm not so scared about tokens, so we'll do it like this. I probably just did the burn though. I'm at 2. Oh, however, we have Wheel of Fortune plus Brain Freeze. That might actually be enough. So let's first move to combat so I can make a Coveted Jewel to draw some cards. Yes. Draw 3 cards. I draw the Mana Vault. Unfortunately, this can't tap for mana because it's summoning sick. So them killing the boots. Ooh, hold up. Get Mystical Tutor for Tinker. We might be able to do this. This has Vigilance. It doesn't matter so much because I'm not doing that, but might be able to like brain freeze them out because I can Tinker for Memory Jar. They have less cards in library than I do. Let's go Mana Vault. Mystical Tutor. Mystical Tutor's gonna grab Tinker. So I'm gonna Memory Jar and Wheel of Fortune. So that's gonna be 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 is enough to go Wheel of Fortune, Brain Freeze, and Tinker. The problem is if I draw Memory Jar, I'm kind of out of luck. I can go to 1, I think. I don't think of a way they could do just 1 damage here. So I'm gonna go Fiery Islet. Storm count is 2. This will be 3. This will be 4. So Brain Freeze will mill for 12. Can I just make it even easier? Can I just Relic, Karn, Wheel Brain Freeze? Is that lethal? If it'll be 2, 3, which will cost like this much mana. And then Relic taps for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough mana for all of that, but I can Relic. So Storm count 3, 4, 5. Brain Freeze will mill for 15. And then Wheel of Fortune will kill them. So I think this is actually the better play to go Relic into Wheel of Fortune and then Brain Freeze. So I hold Control, cast Wheel of Fortune, and then in response Brain Freeze them using this. And that technically it's lethal on the stack. If they have burn, they can kill me in response, but unless I'm missing something. 8. I see no Emrakul. Are you gonna die? Do they have the Exhume? They can be back at Hasted Atali. Bitter Triumph, discarding Ulamog.
Hmm. Good to know that that exists. Well, I should have gone for the other play then. So they kill my Coveted Jewel, and I'm giving them a whole fresh hand. I don't love it. Doesn't matter the order. Metamorphosis, Sneak Attack, Vindicate. Okay, so they're like an Reanimator type deck. Ugh. Yeah, this is rough. I'm just dead on board, so I'm not going to waste any time. Okay, so Brain Freeze is not very reliable with them having Ulamog. Tendrils. I mean, Tinker does just seem pretty good against them. Like, that was a really slow game. If they just have Ulamog in hand, I can kill them. Or if it's anywhere in their deck that I can draw, I can kill them. I don't think I'm ever going to make enough mana for Tendrils to work. But I could just try it. They don't really seem to have a good answer for Nexus of Becoming. So if I just get rid of that and I play like a Talisman, then I can ramp faster. Right? I mean, they have one kill spell, it's removal. I saw their whole deck. They just have big, like, baddies, basically. And I could just do Hull Breach and Wheel of Fortune stuff. I mean, I can probably Tendrils for a lot. I mean, it's basically Triplicate Titan is, like, my only thing. So if I don't do that, I just lose. Yeah, Tendrils or Brain Freeze are basically the plays. I think we keep it in and like Brain Freeze is a plan B, but you know, there are some times that I could win. This hand is not great, but acceptable. And we are going to ponder. We're looking for, yeah, I will accept that sequence. Usability, no. Draw Mox Opal. I'm not going to play it yet. I mean, we got a lot of mana and like some interaction. They keep their card as well. I get to go Island, Talisman, Spell Bomb, Mox Opal. And I can crack the Opal to get the Spell Bomb, but Spell Bomb is actually pretty good against their like Reanimator deck. Also decent against Atali. Sadly, Hull Breacher is like not great against Atali. So I can deny them like the attack trigger, which, you know, they're playing Reanimator, so that's something. But I could also just Spellbomb what they reanimate. But if they reanimate like Atali, it's not great. I will wait for a turn though and see what I draw. Island. Yeah. Go Island, Relic, and I can currently cast Hull Breacher or Spellbomb. I don't really want to trade Hull Breacher with Atali. I think my current plan is to play Hull Breacher and then cycle Spellbomb. And then like try and draw into a Wheel of Fortune next turn and just have a ton of mana. But I'll let them get the attack trigger because I can bounce something that they reanimate if it gets like super sketchy. Yeah, Hitali, when it enters, exile card you can cast. That's crazy. Honestly, a crazy card. So I'll take 3. Okay, they have Mox Jet. Relic of Sauron. So they have no counter magic available currently. But if they did have counter magic, I'd rather they, I don't know, counter Hull Breacher than the card draw spell, because I'm kind of in need of some stuff here. I would also like to draw my own relic. Would be quite nice. Dig Through Time is okay. Let's crack our Spellbomb to draw a card. Island is terrible. Yeah. Fiery Islet. Draw a card. Workshop's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm actually one short of being able to dig through time. Yikes. Hull Breacher. Can't block effectively, but they could have some like other haste stuff. I don't know. Like if they haste in Atali, I guess it is trample, so blocking that doesn't really help. Just be like Grave Titan. Is that too much to ask? Anything but Shieldred. That would be not great for me. What is this? Okay, so they get Atali back, and they get to play something from my deck and their deck. Alright, hopefully it's nothing crazy. Anger, they get to Mystical Tutor. Honestly, I'm almost wondering if I'm supposed to block with Hull Breacher so I can dig through time this turn and not waste all my mana. Oh, but Mystical Tutor goes to my bin. I don't have to block. Yeah, I could just spend 4. Yeah, that's actually really good.
4th Aerlingus. Okay. Their deck is kind of crazy. So they get to Inti. The problem is they put it on top, but if they attack, they're going to loot and then exile 4th Aerlingus, and then they won't be able to play it. So that's actually really good for me that they're doing this. I'm going to take the 5, right? Because this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, and that costs 8. Oh, they don't discard. They figured it out. Okay. Blocker step, nothing. Combo damage, nothing. Alright, dig through time. Okay, what do we want? Shifting Woodland, I just realized it only works if you have, what's it called? Delirium. But I do have double green, so that's an option. Put 2 into my hand. I mean, Coveted Jewel basically just costs 3 mana to draw 3 cards. Fact or Fiction is 4 mana to, like, look at 5. So I'm gonna do Jewel, and Memory Jar is actually just, like, kind of 2 mana. Yeah, Memory Jar, Hullbreacher seems insane. So definitely doing that. And I have to deal with all of their creatures if I'm not brain freezing them. And I know they can't have Ulamog because they, like, Hullbreacher creatures preventing them from drawing. But I'm going to get a ton of mana off Memory Jar. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coveted Jewel would put me down to 6. And then Memory Jar would put me pretty low. I almost want to keep Coveted Jewel in my deck so I can tinker into it and just take like a Boots. Because I'm basically just Memory Jar next turn. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, well that's actually really bad to draw here because I wanted to be able to Memory Jar into Wheel of Fortune. That's pretty rough. But I can just, I guess I get to save artifact mana this way. So I get to go Workshop, tap this, we get to play Boots. Oh, no. Wait, this is really good. I could play Memory. Yeah, wait, this is not bad. Okay. I forget how these things work. So I get to go. I can just play Memory Jar and then cast Wheel of Fortune. So play Memory Jar. Then cast Wheel of Fortune. Oh, they did have Ulamog in hand. No! It's okay. They have no cards in hand currently. They do get to Inti though, which is kind of relevant. Witch Enchanter, Raucous Theater. Okay, so we get that. Let's sacrifice this to add Mana Vault. So we know they have Ulamog in their deck now. So that's something to keep in mind. I can make a giant triplicate Titan and hit them for 10, which is okay. The problem is Brain Freeze is in my hand, but I can do the Jace play. But I have to basically use Memory Jar to hit Jace, which is the problem. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Nexus of Becoming. Yeah, also having these in, I should have drawn Tinker. We're gonna play that because that card seems good. Unfortunately, I can't like equip the boots to the triplicate Titan. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the Titan here because it can block everything they have and they have no cards in hand. That makes more sense actually. That's okay though. So we're gonna move to combat. Do that. So no attacks there, nothing. Chromatic Star, Relic of Sauron don't do a whole lot. So let's Memory Jar. And I could Chromatic Star just to raise the storm count, but I don't think I have a way to do anything fancy with Brain Freeze anymore. I should have just had Tendrils. I could easily Tendrils my opponent here, so lesson learned, I guess. Okay. I can deck myself. If I had a Thassa's Oracle, that would be pretty good. Okay, so we get to Tinker. That blue, and I'm gonna tinker away the Titan to get more creatures in play. And then we're gonna grab Coveted Jewel, I think. Yep, okay. Karn is still in my deck. That's my win condition. Okay, I could play Karn and make just like the biggest construct ever. Okay, there's Karn. So let's do this and this. Play Karn. Karn's gonna make a Karnstruct. And I could play and flip Jace, but I don't have the mana to like do much else with that. So I think we're just gonna leave this as is and see what happens. If no cards in hand, they can't draw cards. My hand's gonna be empty. Doesn't matter the order. I guess I'm supposed to play. Oh, I draw Brain Freeze. That doesn't really do anything. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean I can Brain Freeze them, but I feel like giving them cards in their graveyard is bad. I really hope they activate Relic of Sauron. Can they flip this? 9? No, they can't transform this. They drew a spell, which is pretty unfortunate. Oh, no, yes, activate it, please. No, wait. Destroy target artifact or enchant. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Okay, goodbye construct. Not great. Is this you could just play it forever? Oh, so they hit that off of their discarded Ulamog. And then they... Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So I think I still have the land that can let me copy things from the graveyard. I can make a copy of Jace. I don't think it can flip though is the problem. And like they can attack with a Tali, I can triple block it, so I am still gonna lose some stuff here. But they're gonna get like the biggest artifact coming their way next turn. If Karn can survive. I think if they swing all out at Karn, they can kill Karn. Let's see if they're... No, they're attacking me and Karn. I don't really care about taking 4 here. Okay, I don't like this attack both at Karn. Okay, my opponent has decided... No, I didn't want this play. They swung all out at Karn. They figured it out. Okay. They get a Tali trigger. And it is... I guess they chose not to. So Karn. I don't know if there's a way for me to save Karn. Let me think about this. If I block like... No, there's no way for me to save Karn here, which is really bad. So, that being said... The lifelink is also particularly brutal. I can trade some golems. So 7/7, they could kill both of these and just leave me with Hull Breacher. Hull Breacher's like not... Hull Breacher does stop them from activating Relic. I can make something in my graveyard. Oh, I could Shiftling Woodland the Karn. Yeah, okay, so that's great. So let's just let Karn die, and then they're going to gain a ton of life, but I'm going to make a giant token. Yeah. Okay, that seems great, actually. I will trade with a Tali then, just to get it off the board, so they can't draw stuff. And we let those survive. I'll trade one of these with this, I think. That makes sense. Yeah, Shifting Woodland. Let's go. It needs to be, like, the top card, though. I don't have much more room. And they thought about something for a little while, but they're just letting it go through. I guess I don't know how blocker ordering even works, to be honest, anymore. I know they changed the ruling. Any order. They have an Atali, Witch Enchanter against the world. Alright, I need to draw Shifting Woodland, like, very soon. I will untap you. I feel like my life total matters a lot here. There it is. I should have charged up Relic. I don't know how much it matters. So we're going to do this. Add triple green. And sure, some colorless. You are going to become a copy of Karn. Where's Karn? That doesn't work. Okay. Guess that doesn't work. So yeah, that's right. It comes in with 0 loyalty counters. So I'm probably just dead with that being the case. I can equip the boots here. Yeah, that makes sense. It enters with 0 counters on it, so I can't copy the Karn. If that is the case, this is your graveyard, right? Permanent card in your graveyard. I don't know if I had a great out here, because this has lifelink. I mean, I could double block this turn, but then I have like no way to kill them, so it was worth trying. And yeah, my opponent's thinking, I'm just going to concede, because I had no idea. I thought I was in trouble there. Both learned something, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'll
I'll draw off the thing, but I don't think I can win here now. I just have too low on cards in deck. Yeah, so I'll just concede. Well, I'll hit them for damage first, and then concede to the lifelink, right? I can double block here. I lose both of my guys. I got rid of my shifting woodland, but it's not even that useful right now. I don't have any win cons. Yeah, GG's. Here's what my opponent's doing. Okay, they're bitter triumphing plus ward. Yeah, I'm just dead. See you next round. All right, we're playing against Loopy49. Tell our opponent good luck, have fun. And we're on the play, so good news. Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. Turn one. What do I want to do turn one? There's a lot of things I can do. I really want to get Nexus of Becoming out as soon as possible. So I can go turn one, Mana Vault Coalition Relic. Yeah, that's probably the play, right? Yeah, that's probably the play. Okay. Because then I can charge. This gives me 2 mana every turn. This is 3 mana once. I might even be able to use that 2 mana to like burst out some extra mana. So I add a charge counter before I forget. I'm not going to pay. Chromatic Star. Unfortunate. I would like to draw a land. Blue. So I can go Sensei's Top. I need to hit a land here, right? I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess playing Talisman is basically the same as hitting a land, so I could play Talisman into could play Sensei's Top and then use Relic to look at top and draw a land. But if I miss a land, then I'm down like so much mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could play Chromatic Star and then just cycle it next turn. I think I just play top, charge Relic here. No, you know what? Let's look at the top 3. Okay. Put on top. Top. I just want all land. Draw. Play this and this. Okay. So next turn I'm drawing Sensei's Top. Sentinel of the Nameless City. They get a map thing. Kind of interesting because they're going to start getting a from Mana Vault. No, not this turn. And I know the top card is also a land. So I can crack this. Draw my land. Play the land. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm really close. Play top. Look at the top. This is why top was banned in many constructed formats. So next turn I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 mana. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna keep the boots because I need to exile something to the Nexus of Becoming. And the boots are like kind of not great. They get 4, 5, and a Bloodbraid Challenger. Not bad. So they can make the map. Okay, they have a play, I guess. Talisman, sure. Into that big thing. Okay, we're going to put a charge counter, and I'm going to look at the top 3 with top. I already know them, so yeah, I just want to draw a land here. Don't untap. I mean, I'm taking a lot of damage here, actually. So we're going to do that. We're going to add blue. Play my land. Next for Nexus. Nexus is going to start drawing me cards. I made a 3/3. That's not that exciting, to be honest. If I can survive this turn, I could probably do a lot of stuff next turn. But surviving this turn is a tall ask because they have the Bloodbraid Challenger, which is kind of crazy. They hit Uro. Well, that doesn't attack me for damage this turn. I'm just going to charge counter and then F6, I think. And they explored after they hit the Uro, which is interesting. So I will trade for this just to not take an infinite damage. If they're escaping that, I'm not too mad about it. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't take damage because I think just like my life total is pretty important. Let's add a blue. I could ponder. Tinker is pretty good. So top, top, top. Easy ability, no. Then we're going to tinker away Mana Vault. I'm thinking just Triplicate Titan.
like the best thing I have. And then I want to look at the top 3 for top. I can Wheel of Fortune next turn, I guess. Okay. So I get to draw an extra card off Nexus. I don't have anything to exile. And I will just play Shifting Woodland very inconspicuously. I think if they have a way to kill my Triplicate Titan, they'd have to exile it, because if it dies, I get a bunch of tokens. Whoa, this land is so cool. I like that. This looks like an... No, they can't escape the Bloodbraid Challenger. Bring to Light for 3. Okay, they're probably going to exile Triplicate Titan. Time Walk. Okay. I don't hate that, because unless they have another good play here, they're not like getting too much advantage off of it. I get an island. Yeah, that's not terrible. They can't attack into me. Kiora. When it enters, you loot, and when it attacks, you make big octopus. So they could be setting up for like Bloodbraid Escape, and then they could hit me for like 7. Yeah, okay. Bloodbraid Escape. Cascade into... Wow. Okay. You hit Questing Beast. I guess I'm dead now? Right? I block here and I take 6. I'm just dead. Wow, okay. Sometimes you just get got. Block here. Die. Crazy. Okay, they're like a creature beatdown deck. So I think Brain Freeze is good against them. Subtlety could buy me some time against like their more expensive stuff, but I'm on the play. Nah. I just gotta draw well. Yeah. This is pretty good. Holy cow. Not mad about this. So I get to go Workshop. Tap Workshop. Mox Opal. Talisman. Mana Vault. Next turn I get to just tinker. Not bad. This is Vintage Cube, I guess. Insidious Fungus. Destroy target artifact enchantment. That's a good card to have here. If they have like a Mox, could do something, but unfortunately they're gonna get Triplicate Titaned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've had enough. Okay. I'm on the draw. Subtlety is more tempting now. It's like pretty big card disadvantage. I think this deck is not amazing. I just have to get lucky, basically. This hand is terrible. Mulligan. This hand is probably something that I should keep. It has a Hole Breacher in case I draw the wheels. It has Nexus in case I draw Factory. I can do better with this deck, right? Like any hand with Tinker basically is like insane. And Hole Breacher, like it's fine, but it's not like the best card ever. But I have Top plus Ponder. I'm gonna keep, and I'm just gonna get rid of Nexus. It's like a card that I'd probably want to tinker into if I'm doing that, but they've showed Artifact Destruction, so like if my big play is to play Nexus, turn off all the if my big play is to like play Nexus, see, that's why we keep Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, let's Ponder. Tinker Triplicate Titan. So put you on top. You on top. Put you on top. Don't shuffle. So next turn I have to play Sensei's top and activate it to keep Triplicate Titan in my deck. They play Sentinel, they get their map thing. Yeah, because I have Tinker now. So I get to go Mountain, Sensei's top. Next turn I'm going to Tinker away the top, and we're just going to put Triplicate Titan so I don't draw it next turn, because that's the card I want to get. It seems very good against their deck. They grab Forest. This card's actually kind of crazy. It reads like not that good of a card, but it enters or attacks is like a lot of triggers. Okay. Don't want to draw that. Coveted Jewel is kind of fun, but I guess I want Shifting Woodland in case like they kill my thing and I have to get it back. I draw Shifting Woodland. This enters tapped unless I control Forest, which I'm always going to have be tapped. So I'm going to go Island. And I don't think there's any way to like draw off top and then tinker. Like there were some combos with that, but you need an instant speed sacrifice outlet, I think. So we're just gonna grab this dude. He can buy me the time to set up for the Whole Breacher combo, and then the Whole Breacher combo can let me Shifting Woodland. It's a combo into a combo into a combo is what the deck does. That's pretty bad. Okay, Jace is decent against this. They have Bring to Light for Time Walk on top. Yeah, it's not bad. I get to go. I take a lot of damage here. Go Fiery Islet into Talisman. Pass. And then if they brainstorm with Jace, I can Whole Breacher in response. Okay, perfect. Excellent. We'll take that as long as they don't have removal. Great. Okay. Now I can just hardcast Triplicate Titan, I think, and now they just put 2 cards back. So they can Time Walk and then bounce Whole Breacher, but I have Treasure Token, so I guess I don't want to auto yield. Oh, Bring to Light they put on top. They must have Time Walk in hand, and they're just trying to like lethal me with Sentinel, I think. Which is, I mean, they're doing a lot of damage. Yeah, they must have Time Walk in hand if they... Well, they bought a Bring to Light. Okay, I don't know. They must have it in hand, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I drew my Tinker, so it is what it is. Omnath, Locus of Creation. I mean, I kind of have to chump block with Whole Breacher, which kind of sucks. Because then they get their Brainstorm. But I can Shifting Woodland to turn into a Whole Breacher. Oh, okay. Did they forget about Flash? I'm not mad about that. Tamio. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. Okay, so they... Oh, they just Time Walk again? Yeah, I'm just like dead, aren't I? Yep. Okay. I take 6, but I can in theory block next turn. I think they forgot about that part. Choose a non-land card name, reveal the top 4 cards. You can hit it. Okay, that doesn't do it. They can't really brainstorm with Jace. Ooh. Yeah, I guess if birds hit, I was dead. So that's pretty fortunate for me. Unless they have the Bloodbraid thing. Once Upon a Time, sure. Twitching Doll. What does this card do? Add mana, put a nest counter, sacrifice it, make it 2/2. Okay, that's something. I guess they get another look, right? They can attack with both of these, and then try and activate the map on Birds of Paradise. But they need to keep mana up for that. I think that is the correct play, most likely. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did they activate Jace? No. Okay. So if I Whole Breacher here, they just bounce it and I die. Yeah, they had a semi-reliable avenue towards victory here, which was to whoa. Oh my gosh. It almost just clicked concede when I tried to turn off auto yields. They make a map. Blue. So I have to chump here. Block. Then they get to brainstorm with Jace, which is the sad part. And interestingly, Wheel of Fortune doesn't empty their hand because they have Tamio out, but they just didn't activate Jace. So their hand is quite small, and I'm not mad about it. But I don't have the mana now to do all of that. Yeah, because that sucks. Yeah, I had to use my mana to do the thing. So I guess we just play Wheel of Fortune and hope for the best. They just draw 7 cards. I get to go Mox Opal. Oh, that's right. I can Brain Freeze them. Yeah. Fire Islet just doesn't tap for mana, so that's good to know. Mox Opal into Mana Vault. Into Mountain. And man, this missing mana is pretty rough because I can Factor Fiction, but I think I'm going to die with the ability to cast Brain Freeze at 1. I think that's what's going to happen. I could Brain Freeze them out right now. Okay, I don't have that. That's good. I already played a land, so I'm kind of just dead. Yeah, the hope was I Factor Fiction, hit Brain Freeze, and then I can... Oh, they gave me this stuff. GG's. But I would die doing this, basically. See you all next round. Oh, right, we're playing against Whack Lotus. This hand is acceptable. It's not great, but we have Mox Opal for acceleration and Aether Spellbomb for interaction. So it would be much better on the play, or if we had a 2-drop artifact so we could like really get our mana going. Or if we draw a Workshop. I wouldn't complain about drawing Mishra's Workshop. I could like turn 2 Mox Opal Wheel of Fortune. They have a much better Mox Opal. And then this card, which basically just draws cards and makes things. Seems alright. That's a Mystical Tutor. I'm less mad about this. So next turn, I don't think I can Tinker, right? Because if I get Tinker, and then I go... Yeah, I can't Tinker next turn, so I'm just going to play out the Spell Bomb. And pass turn. But this turn, I can Mystical Tutor and Spell Bomb. And then I'll Tinker. What on earth? This is new art? That's weird. I get a random card in target player's hand. Well, they get to see Mystical Tutor. That's unfortunate. They get to tutor for, like, Tinker. Flash. Okay. So next turn I'm in trouble, I guess. I do have Aether Spellbomb, but that's not very good against Flash. That's for sure. So they draw Flash, and then they get to Flash. No, they didn't do it before I got to do anything. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Let's do this. And I'm going to keep Mox Opal. We're just going to pass turn and see what happens. I'm curious. They tutored for Flash, but they didn't cast it the first chance they got. I guess they only have 2 cards in hand. They didn't even activate Reckon or Bankbuster. I don't know what's happening anymore. Let's grab a Tinker. They have Flash and 1 Unknown in hand? I'm not that scared. Tinker it is. In this scenario, I think I actually just Tinker away the Spell Bomb. No, I'll Tinker the Mox Opal. I think if Tinker gets countered, I'd rather, because I'm only gonna have 1 artifact in play. Miscalc, sure. So they tutored for Flash and they just have Miscalc in hand. Sure. Now they activate the Bankbuster. Okay. I get to go Island, Relic, and probably just gonna crack the Spell Bomb at end of turn, or just not crack it and then just Wheel of Fortune next turn. The very sad Library of Alexandria. Good Grave Titan though. I think I just bounced the Grave Titan and then Wheel of Fortune. That does let them start activating Library, but and red. I think I actually want to play this Waterlogged Grove. Cast Wheel. They don't have Flash anymore. I have a bunch of cards. Okay, I don't know what their deck does, but doing something. So with Jace plus Boots, I can flashback Tinker, sort of at instant speed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I'd need like a little bit more mana than that. So let's go ahead and play out our Talisman. And Talisman is going to play the Boots. And then I can charge Relic. And hope they can't kill me. Because then I can flashback Tinker and do all the stuff. I know hoping they can't kill me with a hand full of cards is a tall order, but they don't have that much mana. And if they activate Library, then they have even less. Relic is okay. Dude, everyone's playing this card because it's insane. It's so good. Kiora the Rising Tide. Draw a card, discard 2. If you have 7 or more cards, you get to make Octopus. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a charge counter here. Take 4 down to 13. And we draw Talisman. Perfect. Okay, so I think I just go Jace, Flip, Tinker. Like if their best play was Kiora, that's fine. Does the Octopus enter tapped and attacking? No, it's just there. Okay. Let's add blue. Colorless. Play Jace. Put Boots. Okay, just don't draw the Titan here, please. Perfect. Discard that. Flip Jace. Jace will let me flash back Tinker. Did they just fetch and fail to find? I honestly don't know. Okay, Tinker. 1, 2. Honestly, I want to prevent as much damage as I have to here, so we're just gonna do that and sacrifice this talisman. I think this is basically just a race. I'm gonna grab Triplicate Titan. Go Mountain. Equip the boots. And in the air. Vigilance, all that jazz. This deck is so weird. I basically have only one off of Triplicate Titan plus boots. I would have won off Brain Freeze. I probably could have won off Brain Freeze this game if Expedition map. They like Boseiju? What is going on here? Tolarian Academy. So they spent 3 mana to gain 3. Okay, you know, that's valid. Yeah, if I had drawn a little bit differently, I probably could have Brain Freeze them, or, you know, if I didn't have Triplicate Titan in my deck, I could have like worked towards a Brain Freeze win by like down ticking Jace on Wheel of Fortune and trying to hit that way. Because honestly, they only have 12 cards left in their deck. Psychic Frog. Yeah, so they can discard stuff. I'm just taking note of the interaction they have. Right now, Flash doesn't look that good, but I haven't seen their whole deck. They're looting off Bank Buster. And they get a Pilot. Right now, Miscalc is all I've seen. I do wish I had their Tolarian Academy, though. So they can attack with Kuro to make an 8/8. Which, honestly, like, swing out at Jace here isn't the worst idea. Swing out at me is interesting. Oh, this can get Reach. Actually, we're kind of in trouble. Yeah, this can get... Okay. Yeah, that actually complicates things. What does it do? Exile cards? 3 cards from your graveyard, it gains flying. And this can turn into a 4/4. Okay, you know, we're not out of it. They still have 5 cards in hand too. Jace uptick makes creatures a little bit smaller. They discard World Spine Worm. Okay, so they have Flash World Spine Worm in their deck somewhere. That is a bit specific of a combo. Hole Breacher. I like a Hole Breacher. They have to sacrifice their frog here too. And Kuro's gone. Hole Breacher can block this. It doesn't have trample. I think I'm doing okay. Obviously, a lot of this depends on what they have in their hand. So let's attack with the Titan. They discard stuff to make it bigger, but they need to exile stuff. Okay, they give him flying, so they're going to chump. And he has trample, so they'll take 6. So they're dead next turn. So basically, I'm just here to survive. Jace can make this smaller. So I have Hole Breacher, and then like, I guess I can Sensei's Top in case something gets like really dire. I have a little more interaction. They have a lot of mana though, I will give them that. I'm wondering if I was supposed to Hole Breacher in response to that. That probably was a good idea, huh? Because it would just be 2 mana, discard a card. Yeah, I was supposed to Hole Breacher in response to that. Try to, then draw a card. Yeah, okay, I'll Hole Breacher here. Better late than never. The reason I didn't want to is like a sorcery speed way for them to bounce all of my stuff could cause problems. They dismember my guy. Okay. So they go to 1 here. I mean, Brain Freeze could be lethal, so look at the top and see if Brain Freeze is there. It's not. I would like to draw Karn next turn, so... Okay, we'll reach her down. So if they can remove my Triplicate Titan with a non-damaging way, then I die. Ah. Okay. Mine has 10 power though, so they just die, but it is funny. This is just a 4/4, right? Okay. I mean, it's funny. They have their own Triplicate Titan. So they do actually have 2 of the good things to flash in. Call it me. 4, 5, 6. Block here. What a crazy game. Yeah, I could go for style points, but I'm just gonna make it easy. Do that. Actually, I don't even. They just die to trample. So, okay. Yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah, I was thinking I could cast Wheel of Fortune and then force them to like discard their thing. I don't know how Flash Subtlety works. I am gonna look it up. Okay, so Flash is not casting, it's just putting it into play, so I think we just they do have a miscalculation, so Probe can like just let me know if the coast is clear on the draw. We can go down to 15. I'll probably regret this heavily, but that's okay. My deck's like a bunch of cheap stuff. Well, this isn't because I cut a land, because I cut a land to add Gitaxian Probe. So this would have been a no-lander even with that. This hand is insane if I draw a land, but I can't. Can't do that. So this would have been a land, and I actually kind of prefer it as it is. I'm going to keep this hand. So turn 1, I think Hullbreacher is the weakest card here because I basically am just going to tinker for the Titan. I didn't see like much card draw from them. Waterlogged Grove. So let's probe them. Get all the info. Wow. Woo, okay, that's a terrible hand. That's sorcery. Okay, we have so much time. But I don't need that much time. So there's not a ton of reason to play Workshop, but there's not a ton of reason not to. Because I get to just play Talisman here. And Talisman can play the boots. And this is kind of like just playing a land the first turn. This way, if I draw like a big artifact source, I can just kind of mystical tutor and do stuff. They have Urza's Bauble. Okay, so they played Island Bauble. Nothing. And this is sorcery speed removal. They do have Triplicate Titan though, so if they draw Flash, like, not great. Island, go. So now, even if they draw Flash, they didn't activate the Bauble. I guess they want the mana off Academy? Expedition map, yeah, okay. We're just hard casting Titans. You love to see it. Okay. So if I tutor for Tinker, I can grab a Titan, but I can't boots it the same turn. But they're gonna have actually decent mana next turn. I mean, if they're one unknown, I guess it makes sense to go for it now because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get a better opportunity than this when they're tapped out. So let's grab Tinker, Island, cast Tinker, and I think the way my hand is, I actually just sack the boots. And I mean, their best play is getting Triplicate Titan in play, so I can just get Triplicate Titan in play. Seems pretty good against that. So the Academy adds 2 mana. How it adds 1. Okay. Oh, they played that. Know most of their hand. Karn is pretty good. Willow Grove, attack for 9. Yeah, Karn just presents lethal next turn. Factor Fiction is like fun, and that's the play I want to make, but just playing Karn and making a token is like, I guess that gives them a target for Virtue. So actually, yeah, because Virtue lets them gain life. Guess I Factor Fiction now because I could hit lands and or stuff to play off Workshop. Okay, I'll choose pile 1. Thank you. Mana Vault. Memory Jar? I love the split. They like saying stuff? No. They just went for the split. Respect. Teferi. Okay. They could bounce Triplicate Titan. I don't know why they split that way if they had Teferi. It is Owner's Library 3rd from the top. Yeah, they're not doing so bad now. We're not gonna untap Mana Vaults. Brain Freeze. Okay, so we get to go Chromatic Star. Karn. Karn makes a construct. Last turn. Okay, so Tolarian Academy is gone. They have this thing, which Weaver Upkeep put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana currently. 6 mana. So next turn they can start getting creatures from graveyards. Got a Bank Buster. They dismember that dude. You got it. Okay, and they get 2 mana up. I mean, that could be miscalculation, which would be pretty unfortunate. Pay for the mana? No. Draw. Fiery Islet. So I take the damage. I mean, they could start reanimating stuff, but it's really not that big of a deal. I think I'll crack a Chromatic Star here. Or no, I know the top card is going to be a Triplicate Titan. Yeah, the top card of my deck, Triplicate Titan. Can I cast it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In theory, I could, but if they have miscalculation, that's so bad. And I think I'm better off just making a construct, playing my tapped land, and just passing. Because I always have the Storm win condition as plan B, right? Like if their play is just hard cast Value of Persistence, it's not that big of a deal. We love a relic. Their academy is getting better. I really wish I had that card. Kappa Cannoneer. He's a big dude. He's a 5/5. You got a Cannoneer. I don't really want to draw a Triplicate Titan next turn. So I kind of want to. Man, I was like the craziest play available to me. So Brain Freeze, I can Brain Freeze them for 9. Or if I Brain Freeze them for 12. I'm just thinking, right? If I crack Memory Jar and then I Wheel of Fortune, that does stuff. I think it just doesn't matter. I'll just draw the Triplicate Titan. Could cast it. They probably counter it, and then, Value of Persistence makes copies of it. Like basically, I can Brain Freeze myself to mill the Titan, but then Brain Freeze is in my bin. But I could Shifting Woodland to copy Lava Spur Burst to equip it to Jace to flashback Brain Freeze. I think I'll just do this. Brain Freeze, target myself. Then mill them with the rest. Okay, there's the Triplicate Titan. I could just kind of kill them, can't I? Or force a chump block. Yes, I can. Take 1. Oh, Aether Spellbomb. This is Ward 4. The card is hexproof. Ward 4 is a very fancy way to say hexproof. Let's uptick to Karn. So I saw 2 lands. They gave me a land, so let's go land. I'm gonna correct this for green. Guess I'll do it with a Painful Land here. Then I get to go Shifting Woodland, become a copy of Triplicate Titan. Excellent. Then we'll go Talisman, Spellbomb, and then attack them. Yeah, right? If they use their Teferi here, I think we're fine. So we'll just do that. Oh, they actually can't even get Teferi with Triplicate Titan because it's going to turn back into a land. Oh, that's so sick. They fall to 1, and Triplicate Titan goes back to being a land free from Teferi. Get to loot. Man, I wish I had drawn Hull Breacher this game. With Memory Jar, it'd be so sick. Hey, we did it. Not the best showing. But a lot of our matches were 1-2, 1-2. We could have easily flipped those. I think the deck was missing a couple things. A Mox that's not Mox Opal would have made this deck way better. Some amount of good interaction, just 1 Spell Pierce probably would have been pretty nice. Or a Lightning Bolt to stop us. Because basically, most of the games we died, we were about to win. Brain Freeze was kind of sick. But honestly, Triplicate Titan way overperformed almost all of our games with just Tinker for Triplicate Titan, you win the game. Nexus is becoming, I think, overperformed from what I thought it would do, but it didn't do a ton. But it is a win condition. But the fact that you have to hit specific things
makes it worse. But I think it's still a really cool card, and I like things that are like card advantage and win conditions like that. Overall, really fun league. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.